going to start at Oregon. They're having a 5-star weekend headlined by number 1 linebacker Tyra Atkinson. He is back in Eugene for this official visit. What's your thoughts on Atkinson visiting Oregon this weekend?
Well, second visit to Oregon this calendar year. I think the Ducks are in the thick of it to sign the Loganville Grayson 5-star. He loves Dan Lanning. Lanning's been recruiting him since he's in the 8th grade. Loves the caliber of football that Oregon's playing. The opportunities on and off the field are exciting for any coveted recruit. Oregon is in the thick of the recruitment for Tyra Atkinson coming into this visit. It'll be interesting to see what we're saying come Monday following 2 days in Eugene.
Yeah, and he's coming off that visit to Clemson that went really well. But Atkinson is not the only 5-star recruit that's going to be on campus. Up next, Richard Wesley, who was committed to Oregon for 17 days, backed off that commitment. In the old days, Steve, you and I covering recruiting 10 years ago, Richard Wesley and Oregon probably move in different directions, but this is the NIL era. Things are different. Richard Wesley back on campus, fresh off this decommit from Oregon, but it seems like it's possible these two could kind of come back together.
Well, Oregon's going to have to battle to sign Richard Wesley, but I still think they're the program to beat. This will be his 6th time on campus. Sees an opportunity to be an instant impact player after Mateo Uagalele moves on following the season. The defense is a scheme that he loves. The relationship with guys like Tosh Lupoy is exciting. Dan Lanning, their track record of development. And then obviously, look, he was committed. This is his favorite school. But him and his family, they want to go out and see what else is out there, continue dialogue with other programs, dot I's, cross T's. But everybody's chasing Oregon. Texas is chasing Oregon. Ohio State's chasing Oregon. A&M, they're chasing Oregon. We'll see if anyone can catch the Ducks. The Ducks got to keep running, but they're in a good spot coming into another visit to campus. They already know everything about Oregon. This is just getting back around Coach Lanning, the staff, getting those good vibes going again.
All right. Back in Oregon is Brandon Arrington, the 5-star corner, also from California. Now, we've kind of tracked his visits, Steve, and it seems like he's had many leaders depending on where he goes, whether it's A&M, whether it's Alabama, even Oregon at one point. You know, he left that spring game saying that's one of the best spring games he's ever attended. Now he's back in Eugene, but where do you think his recruitment stands as he heads into this big weekend?
Well, real quick, Josh, just wanted to say we are talking about 3 5-star recruits visiting Oregon this weekend as a primer. Don't be surprised on Monday when we're recapping the Ducks recruiting weekend if we're talking about 4 5-stars that have had visited Oregon over the weekend. But Brandon Arrington, one of their most coveted recruits out of California, number 1 cornerback in the land. Texas A&M considered the program to beat right now. Opportunity to play early, relationship with the staff, opportunities on and off the field. But there have been times where Oregon has looked like number 1. Mm-hmm. They may be the biggest threat right now to Texas A&M. And similar to Tyra Atkinson, it'll be interesting to see what we're saying about Oregon's position for Brandon Arrington coming out of his official visit. I have a feeling they're really going to move the needle.
I have a feeling you know something. So, Oregon fans, let us know. Who do you think Steve is hinting at? Who could be the 4th 5-star to step on campus this weekend? Let me know. Comment section below. All right, but that's not it. Who else? That's it for the 5-stars. But who else do you expect to be on campus this weekend that Oregon fans need to pay attention to?
Well, 2 more top 50 on-3 industry recruits. It's a blue-chip 5-star weekend in Eugene. Oregon, they're a wild card for Calvin Russell, one of the most coveted receivers in the country, number 4 wideout in the on-3 industry rankings. This will be his 2nd time out. He's building a fast relationship with Ross Douglas. Loves the offense, the way Oregon's recruited the quarterback position. He's felt good vibes in Eugene. Now, there's some other front runners in this one from LSU, Syracuse, Miami, USC. But Oregon is in it for Calvin Russell. He's going to visit Michigan. And then you have Joey O'Brien, number 4 safety in the on-3 industry, blue chip defensive back. He's been out to Eugene a few times already. I would probably say that Notre Dame and Penn State are in the best position, but he's coming off a great trip to Clemson, and he's had a lot of love about Oregon, and even said Oregon was his leader after his trip a month ago or so. I wonder if proximity from home will be a factor when it's time to make his decision. But from a football standpoint, what Oregon has on and off the field, he's very excited, and the Ducks are one of the Final Four programs for Joey O'Brien.
All right, looking forward to talking Oregon on Monday because I just have a feeling some of these recruitments are going to shift by the end of the weekend.